to the latest episode of Gallifrey Pirate Radio, where we're sort of looking back and giving you a primer of all the Doctors. This month we are looking at the second Doctor, Patrick Troughthon, and I am your host, David Beauchamp, and I am joined with...
Angela Pritchett.
And...
Drew Meyer.
Okay, we're jumping into the second Doctor.
Second Doctor, and it's such a big pool to jump into.
A huge pool, with so few episodes.
Seven intact episodes.
Yes. The second Doctor, I think, and as I like to give a, just some bizarre facts, or not even facts, but just the situation. I mean, when William Hartnell wanted to leave, I mean, they had two options. Recast the male lead or end the show.
Yeah. I don't know. Did he want to leave, or did they just realize we're going to have to get rid of this guy?
Yeah, his health issues, things like that. I mean, it was time for him to go. He just couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. Because the story with sort of jumping ahead just for a tidbit is like when he appeared in the Three Doctors. I mean, the reason why he actually appeared in that was because he was having a good day when he answered the telephone, and his wife had no idea he had even agreed to do this.
Right.
Because his wife was really much his caretaker by that point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's already been like 3 years, almost 4 years since he had actually been the Doctor. Because the magic number was 3 years at the time.
Basically, yeah.
Because Troughton did the 3 years. But yeah, no. This was. The Troughton era really helps define who the Doctor would be. And I think a lot of the future Doctors and actors who would play him would look back on Troughton. Because if you look at this, Troughton gave us our first regeneration, gave us the sonic screwdriver, gave us jelly babies, gave us Time Lords. I mean, did a lot to perpetuate or move forward or something like that, the mythos of Doctor Who and flesh out his story. So let's start with Angela.
I don't care. That's fine.
What would you say is your favorite of the Troughton episodes?
Okay, well, there's favorite that I will laugh at when I watch it, and there's favorite where I don't quite laugh at it because of the subject matter. Favorite that I laugh at has to be Tomb of the Cybermen, just because those Cybermen coming through that plastic wrap, it just makes me laugh. And then there's a couple other just like social things in there too that are just kind of interesting to see for that time. And then War Games would have to be another one.
War Games, key episode in
War
Doctor
Games,
Who.
definitely, but that one's not quite favorite funny episode, because it's not a funny episode.
No.
So
Drew,
Favorite episode?
favorite episode?
It's a tie between Tomb of the Cybermen and Mind Robber. Mind Robber is such an amazing experiment in film. Even for a show like Doctor Who, which was pretty experimental for the time, a fictional reality, it was just absolutely brilliant. I mean, they replaced Jamie for an entire episode because he had the chicken pox with another actor, and they figured out a way to write it in to make sense, and it did. It's so creative, but there's something. I don't laugh at the Tomb of the Cybermen quite as much.
I look at it from a costuming and technical view, though, for some things.
Gotcha, I see that. And I mean, yeah, it's a bunch of guys tearing through plastic, but I think it actually. I have tried to put myself in the places of people who were watching it originally, and it's a pretty creepy scene, and it's a really good story. I mean, it's a great story, especially knowing where the Cybermen are going to go from there. It's kind of almost a reinvention of them. But yeah, I think the two of those, I think, are, and I think it's safe to say that we're talking about complete stories that we have of Troughton, because
you can talk about the incomplete.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough of them. I mean, there were ones that here's the thing what I feel about Troughton is that Troughton is almost like, this is going to sound really bad, like the hipster subject of the Doctors, because we don't have enough of it. It's very easy to say, I think he was the best Doctor, because we can't really be proved wrong. He's a safe call to say as possibly the favorite Doctor for most people, and you interview a lot of people, and a lot of them will say the same thing, that they really liked Troughton. He's an amazing Doctor, I think. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with the ones I can see from start to finish. That's including the Invasion. We have the 2 really cool animated episodes of.
Which I haven't seen those yet.
They're good. They're really good.
And I'm halfway through Mind Robbers right now.
Oh, Mind Robbers.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the name of the superhero? The oh, it has a really like bloody name to it. The God, I can't remember. Have you come to this?
No, I haven't come to superhero yet. Now I am anticipating I can't wait to get the superhero.
Yes, I believe it's the Gallifreyan version of Superman.
Oh, nice. Okay, your favorite companion of Troughton?
Oh, man, that's difficult.
Really?
Yeah. Because I don't remember them right now. Hold on.
Would you like a list?
Yes, please.
I can give you a list.
I think,
Victoria, Jamie.
yeah.
Right there you go.
Thank you.
In order, no less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 'cause I would. No, I'm gonna go with Jamie. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jamie. Yeah. Look,
That's your
did
hat.
I tell you? Did
Yeah.
I tell you the hat? Okay. So, sorry, reference to Snowman. I love Jamie as a character. I think he's awesome. You know, he held the record too for longest companion. I think up until I don't know either Rose or Amelia, but. Jamie's a great character because I'm hard pressed to find a better 2-act than the Doctor and Jamie, because Zoe's a great character and I think Jamie and Zoe are fantastic together and they survive as a 2-act better than say the one instance we have of Victoria, who is pretty cool. Yeah, she's cute. Yeah, I like Zoe. I like Zoe a lot, but I guess Jamie really does kind of bring it.
Well, when they did the 2 Doctors with Troughton and Baker, what companion do they bring with them? They bring with them Jamie.
Well, and he shows up in the 5 Doctors.
He does.
Is he in the 3 Doctors as well? Are any of the companions with them in 3 Doctors?
No. Well, I mean, just the ones that what's his name has? Pertwee had.
Yeah, Joe and Brigadier and some of the unit
and
guys.
Yeah. Okay, your favorite.
Favorite companions?
Yeah.
Well, Jamie was on there.
Yeah.
And then just from the one episode I've seen, Victoria was pretty awesome. So, I mean, it was just so funny watching her change from her big poofy dress at the beginning to the middle. She's like, this is really short. And just from
this is not decent.
Just from like reading the books and stuff, her character just seems not cool.
I'm actually gonna say right now who my favorites are. I'll have to go with you, Jamie. Because I've met Fraser Hines. He is such a wonderful individual.
But not the actor.
We're talking about
character.
I know, but I'm
character.
just saying. But a lot of times when I
I'm
meet
sure about to backhand me.
No.
I'll defend myself.
No, a lot of times, when I get a chance to actually meet the actor, they really, I like their character all that much more.
Sure.
When they're as nice as, as they seem to be on TV, and that was just really amazing when I met Fraser Hines. He was just a gentleman. He was incredible. And then I would have to go with Victoria. I have listened to her first appearance. I have watched what little we have. There's just something about her that I just absolutely adore. Even in the that fan-made production where they go back with the Yetis and the Great Intelligence, where she appears in that as well. There's so much about Victoria. I just really like that character. So I'd have to go.
Are you talking about the Arizona Solution?
No.
Okay.
No, there was another fan-made production.
Okay. Somebody say don't.
No. And no, it's just those 2, and it's a real shame that we don't have more Victoria Waterfield episodes in existence.
Or just any second Doctor ones.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of amazing to think that it's the second Doctor that really bore the brunt of the lost episodes.
So now, since we're talking lost episodes, is there a particular one that you would love to have back?
There's like 5.
What are they?
Yeah.
Come on.
Evil of the Daleks, or the first Victoria one, because I've just heard so much about it, and I want to see. I like the idea of subtle Daleks, and if you've watched the show more than once, you know that I don't like the Daleks. Their voices annoy me. They're a one-trick pony, and that trick isn't all that interesting. But occasionally they'll do something like this, where they'll go back in time, and they'll placate themselves to to humans, I think the famous line is, "We are your servants." You know, very similar to Victory of the Daleks. It's I think it was the same line, if I'm not mistaken. It sounds like a great episode. I would really like to see that one.
Well, when we drive up to MystiCon, I'll pop it in.
Okay, cool. We'll listen to that one.
Because I'll tell you this, I absolutely adore that episode.
Yeah.
Because my one disappointment with it, just jumping off track really quick, because I love talking about this, is Asylum of the Daleks. I was really hoping we were going to see the human factor Daleks in it, because this is where we get the human factor Daleks. This was also supposed to be the last Dalek adventure for quite some time, because they're having issues with Terry Nation and gaining the rights. So yeah, this would have been. I've seen the clips of the amazing explosions that they do as they destroy the Daleks. It would have been amazing to have seen.
Mm.
So continue on with your list of.
Well, I've said one of mine. So
Okay,
so,
Angela, give us one.
I'll give you one. Okay.
We'll go back and forth for a little bit.
The Highlanders.
Oh, what?
Because
Explain
it's the
why.
first Jamie.
Exactly.
Actually, Drew's was on my list too, so I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that I'm sure we'll have a number of them.
Yeah.
I want to see both of the Yeti and Supreme Intelligence. I want to see the Abominable Snowman in its entirety in the Web of Fear, particularly the Web of Fear. Actually,
Yes.
I think.
Well, yeah, it's First Brigadier, and now we know why they invaded the underground,
Yeah.
because of the snowmen. I mean, it's really great the way current Who is willing to go back to classic Who to find, bits and pieces.
It was enough fan wang to make us happy, but not enough to confuse the newer viewers.
and beat you over the head with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, another one of yours?
Fury from the Deep.
From the name for Sonic
Yes.
Last Victoria.
Yes. Actually, first Sonic Toolbox.
For Sonic Toolbox, right?
Yes, because they're using.
And something about Seafoam making the Doctor go, kind of makes me want to chuckle.
Yeah, it's killer
Killer
algae
seafoam or
or
whatever,
something.
yeah.
I don't know much about that one, but
It's
other than
it's very goofy.
I mean, it goes without saying that I want to see all of them. But there's one where the Doctor, where Troughton becomes a quasi-Mexican / Spanish / something warlord, or there's a twin of him.
The Great Dictator.
Is it the Great Dictator?
I think that's what it's called, if I
Wait,
remember
no.
correctly.
No, the Great Dictator was Charlie Chaplin.
No, it is. It is. What was it? Because I've seen the
Do you
bits
have a
and
list
pieces.
of episodes there?
I have some of them. Because that's the one. That's another
This
Victoria
This is what
episode.
separates us from the super fans
Yeah.
who
We
have
need
all
lists.
of this memorized and have their
No,
notes
that's
on it.
another Victoria episode. That's where they go to a planet where the leader looks just like Troughton.
I
Looks
love
like
those episodes.
Like the Second Doctor.
It's like Prisoner of Zenda and the Androids of Tara.
And also like
Hera.
the one that you want to see from William Hartnell's,
Mhm.
the massacre of St. Barbara.
Oh right, there's a
Yes.
the Inquisitor looks like.
Yes, exactly. And I'm trying to find the name of that episode, and it's not popping up.
1 second.
If he finds the episode, the name will
Enemy
appear.
of the World.
Enemy of the World. There we go.
Enemy of the World. That's the episode. Yeah. Yeah, I think those are great episodes. Another one of you love to see.
I look them all up now. Holy crap, and they're not stupidly repeated. But no, the Snowman episode, or the Yeti episode, sorry, Yeti
Yeah.
episode very much so.
So pretty much we have covered.
Yeah, like everything. We just want all of them so we can
Yeah.
see them all.
Sure.
Because
So-
because honestly, I can't, yes, all of them. I mean, the first one I'd want to see would be,
Evil of the Daleks.
no, not Evil of the Daleks.
Well, I do, another
Web of
one.
Fear.
Web of Fear.
I just want to see 10th Planet because this was regeneration too.
Yeah.
That one
Yeah.
kind of counts.
It does. No, Web of Fear because it's the first Brigadier. And I'm very partial to the Brigadier. He's one of the few actors that has been with us, with just about many doctors as Sarah Jane has.
Well, I think he holds the world's record for the longest actor playing the same part on television.
Yeah. And of course, I'd love to see Highlanders. I'd love to see Evil of the Daleks. I mean, there's so much that we don't have that the books just won't do. I mean, it's great that we still have the audios, and I love listening to the audios of these things. But I don't have all the audios. I've been particularly listening to the audios that are Victoria based, because I mean, after listening to Evil of the Daleks, there's just something about her character that just enthralled me. And I really hope one day I get a chance to meet the actress that played her. We were favorite. Okay, favorite moment with this Doctor.
Favorite moment with Troughton. I think in the Three Doctors, where they have to sacrifice his recorder to blow up Omega, I am a little partial to. And actually, his role in the Two Doctors. I know that this shouldn't count because we should be talking about his run,
Yes.
but I actually do like those.
I wasn't even thinking of those specials when he was saying that, but yeah, the recorder.
I like his use of his hands, the cosmic hobo. He's very avuncular, you know, like Hartnell's very much the grandfather, right? But Troughton is very much the weird uncle. He's avuncular, and I really dig his character. I think the comedy aspect of it, but he has something that's really neat. And this actually, it's funny when I think about it, because I'm going to compare it to Sylvester McCoy again. They consider McCoy to be the chess player, right? The one who always is a couple of steps ahead of everybody. But there's really something nice about the way Troughton pretends like he doesn't understand the situation. He's the bumbling, pratfalling fool. And then he just, not that he actually knocks people over, because that's what he's got Jamie for. But I do like his, oh, pity me, I'm just a so-and-so. I'm actually stuck for a favorite moment. I'm sure it'll come to me after the show's over.
That's what I'm trying to sit here and think about too.
Well, I'll say this: my favorite moment with him, or one of my favorites, is when he's basically being put on trial by the Time Lords, and they're going to exile him and force him to, force him to regenerate. He's like, that one's too fat, that one's too old, that one's, he has an excuse why, he's trying to get out of it. And also the scene before that where he's trying to escape, just that entire, I guess that last part of War Games, is just absolutely amazing.
He really does. The penultimate episode of War Games, which I guess is what? There's 4 hours of it, so are there 10 episodes of War Games? I think it's either episode 9 or episode 11, if there's 10 or 12.
It's huge.
The cliffhanger where he starts saying the Time Lords are coming.
Yeah.
And we hear the term Time Lord for the first time, and as a fan retroactively looking at it, I got a little bit of a chill. He does a really good job. You get a feeling that he's afraid.
Yeah.
That this is the end of the line for him, which I think is really cool.
And of course, this is the first time we also at War Games where we see the cubes, the message cubes that we get to see again with the Doctor's wife.
Sure.
With the Neil Gaiman episode, and that's how they delivered mail and stuff. But I mean, he knew that when he contacted the Time Lords that this was it for him.
Yeah, it's a really fantastic story. I wish it wasn't 4 hours long.
I agree.
I mean, it's probably maybe I'd say third on my list. Though I will say, Troughton building the solar guns in Seeds of Doom and running around and using kind of like that film negative on the Ice Warriors, that was pretty cool. That's actually a really creepy episode. All the surviving Troughtons are really good.
Yeah, most of his
except for
stories
Protons.
were all kind of like more horror based.
Well,
at that time.
They refer to his run as the creature of the week.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my next question, which I didn't give you guys ahead of time, because a lot of his creatures, still exist. They follow through possibly quite a bit, or they're some of the most remembered. What is your favorite creature that comes out of the Troughton era?
Cybermats.
Oh, good call. Cybermats. That's interesting. I really like, my brain is not working. The creature, well, you'll see it at the end of the Mind Robber. I think I like the concept, the abstract concept of that creature. You'll see it, so I won't spoil it for you. I wouldn't call the Cybermen a Troughton creation. I don't know. I can't say. I want to say the Yetis, yeah, you know, but it doesn't count because I haven't really seen them with the exception of the one
But
clip.
the concept of them is just.
Oh yeah,
really
no, they're great. I mean,
awesome.
here's the thing. I think in 3 months' time, 2 months' time, we're all going to be singing the praises of the Great Intelligence. That's my hope, is that they're bringing the Great Intelligence back as a main villain. I think it's about time, and I think it's I wouldn't have thought of it.
A question, this is just popped in my head. There's still one question we haven't had answered, I think, in Matt Smith's run of
I think you're going to find that we have more than one. But
Well,
go
no,
ahead.
I mean, I think the big one, who blew up the TARDIS?
Mhm.
Could it have been the Great Intelligence?
It's entirely possible. I mean, we probably have another 2 years of Matt Smith, so, this could be something that we never get answered, or something we'll get answered season 4, into season 5. Yeah, it's nice. I hope it's not the Great Intelligence, because if we are going to have a long run, it would be nice to have a question that pops up in the first season of Matt Smith stay until the very end, and make it really, like Stephen Moffat, kind of hold on and make it a full cyclical story. But again, that's the 11th Doctor. But I'm expecting very big things for a reinvention and of the Great Intelligence. I hope we'll see Abominable Snowman. I hope that the only reference we get is not going to be just the snowman.
Yeah. For me, hands down, it has to be the Yetis. I absolutely adore the Yetis. I think they're the adipose of Troughton's era. They're so cute and fuzzy and just awesome.
Yeah, I haven't.
That's your
Again,
idea cute.
I've only seen the one
Yeah.
episode, so I really can't. I can't back that horse quite
Well, no,
yet.
I mean, I also.
So I guess I'm gonna have to say the Ice Warriors, because they're the only
That's
ones,
the same.
and we haven't seen them since.
But they've stuck around.
They have.
Yeah.
Well, we are getting the Ice Warriors. The original Ice Warriors DVD will be coming out this year,
Yeah.
with I think 1 or 2 animated episodes. So that'll be really cool to see.
Yeah.
So we'll get actually another.
Well,
We'll
that's-
get another Troughton, which means we'll have 8 Troughton films to watch in their entirety.
And I don't think that's not gonna be until at least the second or third quarter. If
Oh,
not
of course,
fourth.
yeah.
Because they've already released sort of what they're going to be releasing. Because they're going down to 1 release a month right now, it seems.
Oh, because I know that as they get closer, they're going to be doing 3, and I know we're getting the Aztecs again.
Yes, which of course with the Aztecs, I know, even though we're talking Heart and Hell, we get Galaxy 4.
Yes.
What they just found with
The
that.
one episode.
The one episode. Okay, so back to Troughton. Anything else you want to say about Patrick Troughton and the Second Doctor?
Still wish we would have had some of his recorder.
Mm.
Yeah.
Really
I will
do.
say, you open a disc of Patrick Troughton, it's him playing the recorder.
Yep. It's like an iconic thing, but you don't see
And
any
you don't
of
have
it
it.
because they're
Yeah.
all lost.
Or the Raccoon Coat.
Or the Raccoon Coat.
Because the Raccoon Coat made, where I remember the Raccoon Coat is of course the Five Doctors.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Because that's what he wears.
When he's talking to the Brigadier, right.
And I'll honestly say, another thing I really always adored with Troughton are his scenes with the Brigadier. They're just always, I don't know, there's just
so
something.
frustrating. The Brigadier's so much mellower in The Invasion than he is in any of the other seasons. He's just like, hey, yeah, I'm in charge of this thing. It's called Unit. Yeah. Hey, you want us to shoot some stuff? You get that great scene with Troughton running along and with the explosions and him grabbing his butt as he leaps into the air, and then Unit comes and they're just like sitting there playing jacks. Actually, that's a great moment with them.
Yeah.
With he's like, Jamie, do this, and they just kind of nonchalant. He's a cool Doctor. And I don't want people to think that I don't like Troughton. I love Troughton. But it's very hard for me to say, I'm not going to say that Troughton's my favorite Doctor. There wasn't enough of Troughton for me. I enjoy what I've seen. I can see how influential. I think Troughton is possibly the most important Doctor of all of Doctor Who, in that the show could have been canceled after Hartnell. We could have only gotten, if Troughton hadn't played the way he had, we might only have gotten 1 season. Doctor Who probably would have ended at 4 seasons. But he was successful.
And people talk about rebooting. They've talked about rebooting Doctor Who, things like this or that. An American reboot or whatever. If you really look at it, this was the first and only reboot Doctor Who's ever had. Because they
I would say it was the first. Yeah, I wouldn't say only, because we did kind of reboot it again in 2005. But
no, I don't. But they continued the continuity. They continued the story.
That's true.
It wasn't like the Americans, turning into an American Doctor or anything like that.
Mhm.
But if you're gonna say, has there been a television show that did a successful reboot? Like a total reboot, it would have to be Doctor Who. Because, I mean, they replaced their main male lead.
Yeah.
And it also, I think, in a sense, also defined the entire thing is the show is about change. I mean, yeah, we did have changing out companions with Hartnell, but I mean, this is the first time where we change out a male lead. This is, you know, and it was successful.
I know. Come on. You know that it's really says a lot. This couldn't have been done if it wasn't a science fiction show.
Exactly.
You know, it's like if this was a serious drama, I know that you can occasionally go, and the part of the Doctor tonight will be played by Patrick Troughthon, and it pauses and he continues. Yeah, so we had this thing where it became a necessity, and it's like any good artistic project that doesn't have enough money and doesn't have enough time, the stuff you have to make do sometimes is the most endearing and sticks around the best.
Yeah. And it's amazing. Because honestly, it's really interesting watching, I'm going to talk about Troughton for a moment, watching Troughton's interviews, because he's just always so laid back. He takes like 5 minutes before he says a single word. But when he was the Doctor, I mean, he just...
He had the psychobabble down. Unfortunately, he set a precedent for the Doctor we'll be talking about next month, which is Pertwee.
Yeah.
Pertwee did not like the science babble.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just amazing. Any last words you want to say about the second Doctor?
I think I've said enough.
I think we're good.
Cool. So, a question, either one of you, is this your favorite Doctor? Because eventually we're going to hit your favorite Doctor.
He's a higher on the list, but like Drew said, it's really hard to say he's my all-time favorite
Yeah,
because there's so much of him missing, and there could be something that in one of those episodes that made me go, oh no.
So, yeah, because eventually, we're all going to hit our favorite Doctors. And, yeah, I have to agree, Troughton's high on that list. I really wish we had more. I mean, at least we do have the audios. At least, luckily, those weren't destroyed. And I've really enjoyed listening to them and trying to picture in my mind's eye, what's going on. But there's just something about Troughton. He really conveys what he's trying to do, even in those audios. And Jamie, I mean, Fraser Hines shines in those as well. They were both really amazing, strong personalities that, look amazing on screen, but they also can carry that over into audio. I don't think everybody has that capability, but they definitely do. They sound really good in the audios. So, okay, this is GPR signing off. When we do this again, which will be next month, March, when we talk about John Pertwee, the third Doctor. So until then, this is GPR, Galway Park Radio, signing off. Peace.